about Manitoba, are we just a step away or a breath away from an Ontario, Quebec, or BC scenario here?
It's always quite possible. Look, your numbers, you've got about 40% of your cases are variants. We're above 60%. You've got a test positivity rate of about 5%, which is scary. Ontario has over 8%. So you seem to be on the trajectory of becoming an Ontario unless things are controlled rather quickly. And it sounds like much of your transmission is occurring in ill-timed and ill-chosen personal gatherings like house parties. That's how this nightmare unfolds, with poor choices like that from citizens. So the faster you get hold of such untoward behavior, the quicker you're out of this dire predicament. But you got to move fast. One thing we've learned is that these new variants take hold very, very quickly.
The Ontario government just announcing new measures, restrictions on playgrounds, sports, big retail stores, places of worship, and a power that police constables as of midnight tonight can require any individual to provide their home address and purpose for not being at their residence. This is a crackdown I don't think we've seen at all in Canada, and it's happening in your native Ontario.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. I don't know if I enjoy or appreciate or support many of those choices. For example, the outdoor activities are largely safer than the indoor activities, so focusing administrative and authoritative powers there might not be the best approach. And asking for your papers, as it were, is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way and may have a counterproductive kind of effect. There's also no sick leave, no childcare, no income support, no increased vaccination for essential workers. Those are the things that we were calling for. So it's a little disappointing in terms of list of possible public health responses.
Do people just not want to hear that the bulk of the transmission is happening in homes or in gatherings at homes? Because is it more reassuring to say, oh, it's happening at the store, oh, it's happening at the restaurant, instead of looking inward saying, no, I'm the bonehead that had 25 people over?
I think people are at a point now where they think it hasn't happened to me yet a year into this, despite all the dire warnings and doomsayers by people like me. Therefore, I'm immune somehow. Or they're not really thinking about it deeply enough. This is somebody else's problem. It's not somebody else's problem. This is each of our problem, and any one of our loved ones could be the next affected. And I'm deeply concerned with the degree of lackadaisicalness I'm seeing from people surrounding this emergency. We've had a year of preparing for this. And now the stakes are higher, and somehow we have forgotten all the lessons we've learned this past year.
Manitoba deciding to switch the pattern up on vaccinations. You're going to see essential workers, certainly frontline workers, and hot spots get the vaccine a whole lot sooner. Good idea?
That's a great idea. I'm very pleased by that. They seem to have learned from our mistakes a little bit. So it's like a forest fire is raging, and you're pouring the water where the fire is the hottest, which is the right thing to do.
Raywat Deonandan joining us live from the University of Ottawa here on 680 CJOB. Lots of information to get to at the 4 o'clock news. We're over